fascinating.
Very nice to see you all. I hope you can hear me. At any stage, if you have any questions, please jump in Spanish, English, Catalan. Jamal can handle a few more languages as well. My role in the team is a data scientist. We're in the global forecasting team, so we forecast all the Sanofi products, the demand for the Sanofi products globally, across all markets, across all businesses. Jamal, do you want to?
And my role basically is I'm the head of the forecasting team, so I manage the team to ensure that we forecast the demand of our patients, and so that all of our patients and customers have the right product, the right time, and ensure there is no out of stock and issues with the patients in the hospitals, in the markets, in the pharmacies, etc.
Great.
Maybe just starting, so a couple of minutes before we had Bayer here, and now we have another pharma, it's Sanofi. And sometimes when I ask people, or they see my badge, they say, "Oh, you work at Sanofi, what is that?" So I think it's a good point that you don't know us that much, because it means that you don't use our products. Because basically we are a pharma company, so we produce product ranging from a lot of different angles. So we have, I'm going to pass this one. We have 4 GBUs, one that you might have the products in the pharmacies, paracetamol, these kind of classical things that you can buy without any receipt. But it goes also to the products for very specific enfermedades. Sorry, I forgot this in English. Like rare disease, cancer. So it's a wide range. And another one that maybe you don't know, because if you go and have the flu shot, maybe 70% of the time the chance is that you have a Sanofi flu shot. You don't know because we don't tell you, well, this is a Sanofi flu shot. At the end of the day, what you want is to be immunized or to be taken care of with medication, but not necessarily knowing who is the company behind. If we move a bit, actually we are quite a big company, so we're in the top 5 pharmas in the world. And we start with the research and development, and we have 20 sites of R&D in the world. It is important for us to cover all type of people, because of genetic reasons, etc. You have to be sure that your medication covers the most possible and the widest range of kind of archetype or origins or nationalities. And actually, if I go back 2 slides here, so this is one of our patients in India of a Pompe disease. It's a rare disease. This is another patient in Japan. So the kid actually is the patient too for another type of Pompe disease. Here you have a patient of SMD in Brazil. So we are very patient-oriented, and we need also to ensure that our medication can attend all the patients wherever they are, and also that the company, so the people working in the company, represent the patients that we are serving. So we come to that. We do the research and development, we develop the products, we produce them. So we have 70 manufacturing sites over the world, and then we are a big company, so with more or less 100,000 employees, to ensure that we deliver the patients and we help save lives or give to the patients a better quality of life. And we are present and we serve in 100 countries. In particular, in Spain, we opened a Global Innovation Center. We will talk about that in a few slides. So what's the specificity and what are we in terms of pillars of HR? Maybe Grunio can talk a bit about it.
Sure. So we have 4 pillars, and I just wanted to talk to you about my experience of the day-to-day working and what these pillars mean for me on my daily basis. So we have our Making Miracles, Do Right, Chase Change, and Explore More. If you go to the next one, I'm going to start at the end. We'll go backwards. So my background is in research and academia. I come from physics and astronomy. So this is actually really important for me, and it's something I really like. We're a pharma company, and making new pharma products, discovering new pharma products is really, really hard. And I work in supply chain now. I don't work in research. But this is something that's shared a lot throughout the company. So as we're discovering the new products, as we're going through and using machine learning, for instance, to discover new active compounds for possible new drugs, or else going through new stages of the clinical trials, that's shared throughout the company all along the way. And it's something that, for me, really helps. It's a real, it feels like a team effort, right? That we're all contributing for the science. And I know if I do my job better in supply chain, if I save money in supply chain, if we make sure that we have the right products in the right place at the right time, this means that we have more money to invest in the science and the research in the very beginning of the process again. So for me, it's a really nice thing that you can contribute to the medicine of tomorrow, the next generation. Doing right. This again comes with, as we've mentioned, the patients. For the Pompe patients, for oncology, we have a lot of patients that rely directly on the Sanofi products, and there is no alternative for them. There's one product for this disease, and it's a Sanofi product. There's a lot of information and seminars from the individual patients sharing their experiences on how they live in a daily life and how the medicine can change that, can change it from give them a huge quality of life or else cure them of the disease. And again, as you say, we're very far from the patients in supply chain, right? I'm not working with patients, I don't see them, but it is something that's shared throughout the company, and it's an important part of how we work. We know if we don't do it right, that drug won't be there for them when they need it. The third one I'm having a lot of fun with recently. Obviously, Sanofi, like a lot of other companies here, are going through a digital transformation. We've had the standard way of working before, a lot of, let's say, paper-based, email-based, Excel-based, that was working, but it was really not scalable, right? And we all know there's much better ways of doing it now. I've had in the last few weeks many conversations with marketeers in Brazil, finance, global finance, commercial product heads, both at the coffee machine and remotely. One day you can be talking with 3 different countries in 3 different business operations, and we're all working towards this digital transformation. In my case, we're doing a lot of trying to collect data from different parts of the business to help our forecasts. So we're looking at talking to marketing and say, okay, what kind of information do you put in to your forecast to know what's going to happen with this product in the next year, 2 years, 5 years? We talk with finance, okay, what are our global ambitions as your company? How can we get that data? How can we digitize that data? Because I don't want it in an Excel, in an email every week. I want and in a database, I want it in a way that I can use, and I need to know how to use it. And this means a lot of people take a lot of time out of their day-to-day tasks to explain that to me and work on the next generation of forecasts. And for me, that's been a lot of fun recently, that change that we've been going through. And you can see that there's a lot of people in the company that are really happy to contribute to that digitization, that next generation of forecasts. And the last one to mention is exploring more. And I think that's been a very nice surprise for me. Okay, maybe I should mention I've been working at Sanofi for 2 years, so I'm relatively new. But the education resources and the training resources in Sanofi have been a nice surprise for me. I think I counted yesterday, 3/4 of the team are currently doing a formal professional training, either Power BI, Databricks, we're doing a forecasting session, supply chain professional certificate. So there's a lot of options within Sanofi, but that also means that there's a lot of energy in the team going, hey, why don't we try this? This is definitely a better way to do it. Have you seen this package in Python? Have you seen this plugin in Power BI? I think this will be a really nice way to do it in the team, or a change of process. And that's been, I think it helps a lot. You're constantly learning, you're constantly thinking about changing things. It doesn't get boring. It's a very interactive environment for that way. And I think now we wanted to go and pull this all together and what this means for for us in Barcelona and where we come from in Barcelona, no?
This is our digital ambition. So a few words here.
Cambio de
Basically,
turno del speed dating.
there are a lot of tech companies here, so I would say that there is a lot of choice in maybe where you want to go, who you want to help, what kind of thing you want to help. At the end of the day, what is the purpose of what you can do in a company? Bringing data science, bringing digital transformation, and where I feel I'm very happy and actually very I forgot the word, but proud of it, is that whatever we do in our day-to-day, I can feel that it can help patients. It can be my mom, it can be my brother, it can be my cousin, it can be someone I don't know, but the outcome of what we do, at the end of the day, always help a patient somewhere. So this is at the end, this is really the core of the purpose of the company. And a couple of years ago, actually in 2016, I arrived early 2017 here in Barcelona. We opened a global innovation center. It was quite a strange idea for a company that is very traditional, very averse to risk, is to say, we need to start some transformations, but to have those transformations happen, we maybe need to do kind of isolate them somewhere so they can be totally free of what they do and work in new ways, bring new people with new mindset, and that's why actually I joined Spain. I was previously still in Sanofi in Brazil. I'll come back to that after. So we have in this Global Innovation Center, actually it's not up to date. We had 300 people 1 year ago. We promised to open around a bit more than 100 positions in the meantime, and I think that we are around 380 today. It's different profile, very, very, very different kind of people working there. I did the count, actually we are at 52 nationalities, so it's still not up to date. The diversity is very important in Sanofi. And when we talk diversity, sometimes we have a specific bias, and we have 5 pillars on diversity. The first one is the gender, and we have a very good gender balance. Second one is ability, to ensure that people with disability, either visible or not visible, are accepted and everything is made for them to bring their best to work. The third one is about pride, so on all the sexual orientations. The fourth one is about generations, so ensure that we've reached the gap, but we managed to take the best of all the generations. Gronya actually was doing what we call a reverse mentoring, so it's not someone who's with more experience mentoring a young person, but it's more someone younger in the data field, helping in the company someone with maybe more experience, but older, to understand what's happening and what are the changes that are coming. And the last one is on culture and origins. So I'm myself French-Moroccan, Gronya is from Ireland, and all this, when you mix it together, it expands a lot the possibilities, it expands a lot the capabilities of what we can do. And only in our team, so in our closest team, we have 14, 15 nationalities, ranging from Ireland, France, Morocco, Kazakhstan, Turkey,
Brazil,
Ghana. So I lose the count. Maybe you can go ahead.
Sure. Taking off from that point, and I'm a big fan of saying this, is diversity for me is really important in any kind of data science team. Backgrounds, culture-wise, having different points of view really helps you solve the problem in the most robust way, because everyone could do a nice fancy model, but if it's not going to work in real life, it's useless. So having that diversity is important for a successful data science team. So these are two of our workmates actually, Christina and Alex, and you can see here they're working on our code. Actually, this is our forecasting code that we have. We're part of the statistical forecasting team, and there's a bigger analytics team, our sister team as well, but together we're the global analytics. This is part of the Global Innovation Center here in Barcelona. We also have part of the finance as well there. We also have a big digital team that doesn't primarily focus on supply chain like we do, but works in a broader range of data science topics and doing proof of concepts for different groups, such as commercial or marketing. Maybe to mention a little bit more of what we do in our day-to-day, as I said, we primarily have our code based in R. We developed all our own forecasting code in R in-house. We run this on a monthly cycle and produce forecasts globally, as I said. We have quite a big team and a very young team, and each team member would handle a different market and different part of the business. Work on that forecast, connect with the market, because it's very important for us to connect with the market, understand what's happening locally, and enhance any of the forecasts if needed because of local changes. And then in the rest of the time, we spend a lot of time doing development on the code, investigating new statistical models or machine learning models, doing data visualizations, doing experiments on different ways to clean the data, interpret the data, share the data.
And we talk with all the markets that we serve, so we have a lot of chats with. So as the team is diverse, it helps also to have an Italian speaking with Italy, a Brazilian speaking with Brazil, and trying to talk with the markets we help in their language.
One of the nice things as well is actually, so we have people that come from the business, so people who've working, that were working in Brazil, in the Brazilian market, working with the plants and the commercial side there, selling the products, and they've come to our team, so they understand that market really well. We have people from statistics backgrounds, computer science, biostatistics. I'm an astronomer, economists. Commercial. Yeah, we've a huge background of people in the team. People who are more coders, people who are more interested in visualization, who are more interested in transformation and process transformation, connecting with the market.
And maybe to just time-wise, so we can leave a bit of time if there are any questions, but as a kind of conclusion. Why we need you at Sanofi and what we can offer. This is, in the Global Innovation Center, where we have a kind of startup spirit, but in a much more, much bigger company with all the support, the financial support, etc. We have a lot of diversity, and we really proactively ensure that we have a diverse team that represent the diverse passions that we serve. Talking about career, so I started my career 9 years ago in Brazil. And in those 9 years, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's my 6th position. And I moved from corporate project finance to supply chain on a construction project for a distribution center. I moved to Spain. Then in Spain, I had already 3 positions. Most of the team that is coming from other markets or other positions, it's very diverse, like you said. But the point of that is, it's a company that can offer you a career path that can be, I want to stay in data and I want to focus to do more data science, or you know what, I want to go to, so one of our teammates is moving to finance at the end of the month. He wanted to explore something else. He's coming from economy. And that's, I think, one of the positive points of being in a big group, is that there are many options with many diversity in the options that can be diverse in the kind of work you will do, but also in the countries where you go. So we have many examples of people coming from everywhere and going everywhere. And I think it's a bit of the conclusion. Maybe if you have any questions, we'd be happy to attend in English, in Castellano, in Catalan.
I think one of the things that I like from Sanofi is the fact that you guys are a global innovation center. So that means it gives you the opportunity to work with people from other countries, and that's super important, you know, and not every company has that opportunity to be multinational, working in projects with people from other countries, and it's really a plus from my perspective, which I think
have an
is
influence across the company, because it's not just Spain that we're here.
Exactly.
It's a global influence as well.
Good. Guys, any questions? Nobody has a question? I don't believe you. Yeah? One. I go there and I'll ask you the question.
Hello, my name is Milagros, and I would like to know what do you think about the future of the data science?
I will
Okay.
The future of data science, of the career. Okay, that's a very interesting question. What is the future of data science from your perspective, from a career, how is it going to evolve? Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe I can start.
Yeah.
Yeah? Go for it.
And I will be completely honest. 3 years ago, so the team we are in today, 3 years ago, the next step of the teammates was a bit difficult because we're quite advanced in the company in what we are doing. Most of the people did not understand what we are doing, but we didn't have a true data organization. And now, on the last 2 years, we built a data organization that has many pillars, covers topics from industrial affairs to R&D, so how to use data science to discover new molecules at a faster pace that we would do if we need to do the classical way of having clinical trials, trying molecules on people that are not sick. So I think it's also the good side of Sanofi. In some way, we are a bit late versus, so we're not Facebook, we're not Amazon. So as we are a bit late, we have still a lot of to cover, so there are many options. And being in Sanofi also gives you the opportunity to push for things that nobody asked you for. So you can say, okay, I want to try these things, so I will spare some time to do this, and if it brings value, if it can bring something, then we can expand it.
Well, artificial intelligence that is using the big data, that is the oil, no, the new oil that everybody is talking about, and how is that going to evolve in predictive, etc., etc. Okay, very exciting times. Okay, so if there is no question, they are going to run quickly to the Twitch channel. We have a Twitch channel. You can follow us in the Twitch that we launched like 2 weeks ago. So they are going to be interviewed live there in the Twitch arena. So thank you very much for your support.
Also,
and I'm doing this because I have like a big
maybe
light
a last
there.
word from Grunia.
You have a question?
I'm here at the networking event at 12, so if anyone wants to come and talk
yeah,
one-on-one, I'm happy to have a chat.
And if you may,
later.
I will add another one. For I see that there are people that are very young. Obviously, I'm the reference, so they are younger than me. You have a great opportunity because you can. So we are in a moment where you can have access to a lot of information and play around without needing to be in a company to start learning. So take this opportunity and bring in fresh ideas.
No?
Yes. So it's a great moment for you guys who are young. Take this opportunity, and for the others who are less young like me, it's also an opportunity to learn and to reinvent yourself.
Again, I guess continue always learning.
Yes.
No matter how old you are, no, there is always new exciting things coming in. So thank you so much. A big applause, please.